Make sure that you train yourself. Only then your talents will become skills. Only when you're exposed to your own potentials, you can start revealing your potentials, your talents. You are listening to someone, you're watching someone who has failed 10,000 times worse than you. Repeat these assertions all the time when you start your day, and your words will empower your thoughts, and your thoughts will empower your actions. So the base idea is very simple, that I believe in evidence, I believe in scientific way of living life, and I am a rational machine. If somebody told me that I was a bad singer, I would ensure that I train myself in singing. God is a theory, and I am not convinced by the theory. இந்த பெண்ணினம் என்பது 5000 ஆண்டுகளாக அழுத்தப்பட்டு அமுக்கப்பட்டு ஆதிக்கம் செலுத்தப்பட்ட வந்த இனமாக இருக்கும் காரணத்தினால் அவர்களுக்கு தன்னம்பிக்கையை ஊட்ட வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் ஆண்களை விட சற்று அதிகமாக இருப்பதாக நான் உணர்கிறேன்.
Mitra S asks, can we students volunteer at your foundation?
What the hell do you mean? You have to. You're already in.
And she also asks how to be confident and overcome stage fear.
The best way to overcome stage fear is to start addressing more and more stages at a very small magnitude to start with, and then go on to improving the magnitude. For example, start addressing your class of maybe 30, 40 people or something, and then you can expand your horizons. There are some Toastmasters clubs available for youngsters like you as well. You can join in these Toastmasters clubs, and they'll give you greater opportunities for greater audience in terms of number. So the best thing to do in terms of overcoming fear is to handle the fear, to face the fear and manage it. I had fear of the ocean, and I managed it by creating a world record in scuba diving. I had a fear up above the sky. Whenever the flight took off, I used to be really, really feeling a sense of nightmare within. The response was I managed to become the only solo pilot of being a paraglider, and I've done that as a world record. Thank you, and all the best. I'm there with you. Don't worry. I'll give you a lot of training and practice. I'm there with you. Thank you.
Okay. One question from Omkar Siddharth. Sir, please tell me how you are positive always.
Except during the COVID-19 positive, where I'm negative right now, happily. And all the three of us are negative. And I'm sure whoever is watching right now, you're all negative. Only in COVID-19, when it comes to the pandemic scenario, when it comes to coronavirus. But in life, I'm an incurable optimist. I always start my day with certain assertions. I always believe in myself, self-belief to start with. And I always ensure that whatever that happens, I want to pursue in life. Suicide against an I always tell people, despite any eventualities, living life is the topmost priority, in fact, most important priority. So live your life in full measure, love people and other species unconditionally, and leave your legacy for people to remember even after you're no more for thousands of years from now. Thank you.
Person called Ganapati, he has asked, what is the reason behind your strong disbelief on God?
Well, I don't know whether it's the right forum to discuss. Anyway, you're all my friends, family friends. So you don't really love me or hate me based on what I believe or what I don't believe in, basically. The theory of God is not really convincing because of lack of evidence. And I have nothing else to speak about more. I have a lot of things to speak about it, but not here. But the base idea is very simple, that I believe in evidence, I believe in scientific way of living life, and I'm a rational machine. I'm a rational machine. I believe in reasons all the time. And I think the reason has to be convincing for everybody, unanimously. The whole world. See, if Newton does something, if Einstein does something, if Thomas Alva Edison does something, I think these theories, these inventions, these proposals, these formula, they're all universally acceptable. ஒரு இடத்துல மட்டும் earth is what do you call that, gravity force இருக்கும், இன்னொரு இடத்துல இருக்காது. Nothing like that. It's there everywhere. So I believe in living a life, when I talk anything to you, that has to be universally appealing, that has to be universally convincing. நான் பேசுற self confidence யூஎஸ்ல இருக்கிற உங்கள மாதிரி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கும் பொருந்தும். It will be appealing universally. நான் பேசுற எதுவுமே I tell people, speak English confidently guys. Okay, நீ என்னடா பெருசா இங்கிலீஷ் பேசுற? நான் பேசுகிற இங்கிலீஷ்னால அமெரிக்கன் பிரசிடென்ட்ஸ் வரும்போதெல்லாம் என்னோட குரலில் வரவேற்கப்படுறாங்க. பெரிய பெரிய அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு என்னோட வாய்ஸ் இருக்கு. பறை அப்படிங்கிற ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் கேன் ஃபெஸ்டிவலில் வின் பண்ணிச்சு. அதுக்காக அவங்க கொடுத்துருந்த ஒரு டிஸ்கிரிப்ஷன் என்னன்னா, த பெஸ்ட் வாய்ஸ் அப்படின்னு போட்டிருந்தாங்க. அது அப்போ அது கேன் ஃபெஸ்டிவல் வின் பண்ணுற அளவுக்கு ஒரு பாப்புலாரிட்டி அந்த பறை பற்றின ஷார்ட் ஃபிலிம் அது. So I think whatever that I do has to be convincing everybody. If I say, live life, people, be confident. Nee modala confident argada. Yes, I am confident. Be communicative in English. Nee modala communicative argya. Yes, I can go on talking in English 24 hours a day without even a word, without even making a sound in Tamil. தமிழ்ல ஒரு ஒலி கூட சொல்லாம ஐயோ ஐயோ எதுவுமே சொல்லாம இங்கிலீஷ்ல மட்டுமே பேச முடியும். அதே மாதிரி 24/7 மேபி தமிழ்ல மட்டுமே யோசிக்க முடியும். இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஒரு வேர்டு கூட அவுச் உப்ஸ் எதுவுமே வராது. தமிழ்ல மட்டுமே யோசிக்க முடியும். So I am telling you, I am doing it. I have already done it. Why can't you? Seriously try. So அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு God is not very convincing. And it is a theory. God is a theory. And I am not convinced by the theory.
There is a question from Kumar Murugesan. How to speak English fluently, sir? Please tell the secret.
First of all, you have to start speaking in English. That's the first step. To win a marathon, you have to make the first step. And that's what really matters. The first step is to speak in English without bothering about your errors. Your error is your mirror. Remember that. And you should always ensure that fluency is not about speaking correctly. Fluency is about speaking comfortably and maybe expressing your ideas to anyone at any time, maybe very comfortably. So comfort is the key word for fluency. You have to be fluent in English, right? First of all. Then comes accuracy. So it's a journey. English mastering or English acquisition starts with your fluency of making errors. Tappu tappa pesa arambikanum modalla. Then you start becoming conscious of your errors. There are three kinds of people with whom you would always be interacting. People who are speaking like you, people who are speaking worse than you, and people who are above your level of advanced users. In the மூணு பேருடையும் கனெக்ஷன் இருக்க முடியுமான்னு பார்க்கணும். ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஷிப் வைக்க முடியுமான்னு பார்க்கணும். People who are above your level, அவங்கள்ட்ட கற்றுக்கிட்டு whatever that you acquired from them, you would have to implement that with these two categories of people of your equal and people of your below standards. Right? Especially people of your below standards. You can try in terms of vocabulary, in terms of English grammar, in terms of pronunciation, which is very important. You need not speak like the British or the American, but you must make sure that your pronunciation is very pleasantly articulated. That's very essential. Thank you.
Sir, Madan Raj asks, who is your role model and who is your inspiration?
This has been one of the most frequently asked questions. In fact, there are about 30, 40 FAQ, and this is probably in top 10 list of frequently asked questions. People have been inspirations in terms of S.P. Balasubramaniam being my singing inspiration, Jesudas being my singing inspiration, Balamurali Krishna, of course. We have a lot of others. We have the social leaders like Periyar, Kamaraj, Gandhi. I'm talking about Mr. Great, Mahatma Gandhi, M.K. Gandhi. We have leaders like Einstein. He's a science leader. Anyway, when I say leader, I didn't mean political leader. Science leader, Einstein. We have a lot of other people. Right now, we have Richard Dawkins dominating in the biology field very comfortably. Right now, the contemporary scientist, Richard Dawkins. We have the one who passed away from us, unfortunately, Stephen Hawking, right? The man who is almost rated on par with Einstein, Albert Einstein. I have a lot of inspiration, in fact. Today, you are my inspirations. Honestly, not to flatter you, not to win your favor. Honestly. But for you, I wouldn't be sitting here. They wouldn't have invited me. If we had been admitted with DGVC, I wouldn't have been here. And moreover, உங்களுடைய குரல் என்னால கேட்க முடியல, உங்களை முகத்தை பார்க்க முடியல குரல் வழியா. But still, I am able to visualize all of you. Right? So I think my role model is myself. Because I know about myself fully. If you say some cricketer being, if you say some film star being, if you say some politician being your role model, one fine day you would come across some unwanted information or negative side of that particular person being exposed very badly, and you'd be shattered to pieces. And therefore, it's always better to keep yourself as a role model for yourself. So you fall down and you rise and you keep walking, taking everything that, whatever that happened in the past from your mistakes, and you go on to improving your life every day until you end, until your end, it happens. Thank you.
Anand Akash asks, how to start a day without any anger or frustration?
Superb. Wonderful. Wow. I love you for this question. Well, first of all, you have to have a sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene matters a lot to have a healthy life. Setting to bed early. I set to bed at about 8:30 or 9 p.m. every day. and I make sure that I wake up at 4 o'clock. I'm an early bird. So first of all, when you start your day, between 4 and 6 o'clock, nobody disturbs you with phone calls and nobody disturbs you with WhatsApp and so on. Most of the times, of course. So you can be with yourself. First of all, don't get up from the bed just like that. Just sit on your bed for a couple of minutes. Just observe your breathing. Close your eyes. Just meditate. That is meditation, I think, but meditation is not a great thing. Just sit quietly, close your eyes. Why do you have to close your eyes? இப்போ எனக்கு close your eyes தேவையே இல்லை. I'm already close. Okay, but you have to close your eyes because you're seeing. So close your eyes and then observe your breathing so nicely. All right. And make sure that even I close my eyes. You know that? Because I can see light and darkness. My eyes can see light and darkness. There's a bit of sight over there. So I close my eyes just to ensure that I become serene with myself. So close your eyes, observe your breathing for 2 minutes and repeat these assertions within yourself. Number one, all of you can repeat. Guys, you can repeat on their behalf. I love myself.
I love myself.
I love everyone else.
I love everyone else.
Everybody loves me.
Everybody loves me.
Today is a great day.
Today is
is a great day.
The final one is very important. I am born to win.
I am born to win.
Thank you very much. Repeat these assertions all the time when you start your day, and your words will empower your thoughts, and your thoughts will empower your actions. That's exactly the cycle for a successful human being. That's what Stephen Covey says, that in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, that you need to really make sure that you have some assertions repeated within yourself, and then you can visualize your success. Definitely, it will become reality. All the very best. I'm there with you.
Sir, R. Abhijit asks, how to understand our own potential, our hidden talents?
First of all, you should love yourself. I said that's the first assertion. Remember, Mohan, Priya? I said
Yes,
first
sir.
assertion. Love. I love myself. I love myself. First, you love yourself, right? Then you love your parents, love your siblings, love your friends, love your teachers, and the cycle goes on. And finally, you love people whom you don't know also. They fall into the category of humanity. People who deserve your compassion. Okay, so first you fill yourself with love. Then your potentials will be exposed to yourself, first of all. Only when you're exposed to your own potentials, you can start revealing your potentials, your talents, your incipient talents to everybody, including your parents. Sometimes your mother or father, your siblings might ask, hey, parra, நீ பாடுவியா? அப்படி கூட கேட்கலாம். உனக்கு வரைய தெரியுமா? Oh, you know to paint. All right, that's nice. Oh, you can camera நல்லா பண்றியா? Oh, you have an interest for computers. You do some graphic creations. Wonderful. Crafting பண்ணுவியா? Wonderful. So you get into that. This is the right time, my dearest, gentle, lovely, darling guys. This is your period to make sure that your incipient talents are known to you. College lifeல ரொம்ப முக்கியமான பீரியட் அது. இல்லைன்னா நீங்க correspondence-ல டிகிரி வாங்கியிருக்கலாமே. எது காலேஜ் வரணும்? To participate in culturals, even if you are not very sure, பாட வருமா தெரியல, போய் பாடி பார்ப்போம். அப்புறம் வந்துருச்சுன்னா ட்ரெயின் பண்ணுவோம். ரிமெம்பர், பாட வருதுன்னா என்ன, எதுவுமே ஃபர்ஸ்ட் you should really have strong feeling of intuition within you. Then you start training yourself. இந்த 3 வருஷம் உங்களுக்கு இருக்கு. இந்த 3 ஆண்டுகளை ட்ரெயின் பண்ணுங்க உங்களை. சிங்கிங்லையா, டான்ஸ்லையா, ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்லையா, கிராஃப்டிங்லையா, கேமராலையா, ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபிலையா, ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபி சொல்லக்கூடாது, ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபி, that's how you must pronounce it in English. ஃபோட்டோகிராஃபிலையா, எதுல நீங்க வீடியோகிராஃபிலையா, எதுல நீங்க எக்ஸல் ஆக போறீங்க, அதை ட்ரெயின் பண்ணுங்க. ட்ரெயின் பண்ணாம சும்மா நான் பண்றதெல்லாம் சரின்னு நினைச்சுக்க கூடாது. இப்ப நான் ஒருவன் முதலாளி உலகில் மற்றவன் தொழிலாளி, என்னையா பாடுறீங்க? ஸ்ருதியில இருக்க வேணாமா? ஒருவன் முதலாளி உலக முதலாம் ஆண்டு மாணவர்கள் தன்னம்பிக்கையின் தூதுவர்கள் தூதுவர்கள் தூதுவர்கள். The pitch has to be perfect. The rhythm has to be perfect. The timing has to be adhered to. The emotions have to be conveyed. முதலாம் ஆண்டு மாணவர்கள், ஏன் செத்து போன மாதிரி பாடுறீங்க? முதலாம் ஆண்டு மாணவர்கள் தன்னம்பிக்கையின் தூதுவர்கள் பாட வேண்டாமா? So the emotions have to be conveyed as well, right? So make sure that you train yourself. Only then your talents will become skills. When you become a skilled person, you can be on par with any professional in the world. All the best.
This is from Hammu. I had a situation where I failed unexpectedly, even though I put my complete effort.
Right.
I could not accept it even now. How to regain my confidence?
Super. Immediate solution கொடுக்கட்டுமா? I'll give you an immediate solution. Don't worry. You are listening to someone, you're watching someone who has failed 10,000 times worse than you. How many times?
10,000 times.
10,000 times. Not once, not twice, not multifold. 10,000 times worse than you. As a singer, I failed miserably. As a voice artist, I failed miserably. As a person in life, I failed miserably. As a writer, I failed miserably. So I have always failed. Failure இருந்தால் தான் சக்ஸஸ் ஸ்வீட்டாக இருக்கும். Remember that, okay? And நீங்கள் சொன்னீங்க இல்லையா, you said you have put your complete effort. I think that has to be re-examined. Celebrate your failure, come out of your failure, evaluate your failure, and then draw a roadmap for your success. That's the whole idea, right? So, evaluate your failure. You said you put your complete effort. Complete effort போட்டு ஃபெயில் ஆகிறதுங்கிறது, I don't know, it's contradictory in term. It's like saying a great honest politician சொல்ற மாதிரி. I'm sorry. Or some people may make fun of marriages, happy marriage life. இல்ல, அது மாதிரி வந்து ஒரு it's called oxymoron in English. Oxymoron is two contradictory words put together. I put my complete effort, but still I failed-ங்கிறது எனக்கு என்னமோ oxymoron-ஆ தெரியுது. Have you really put your complete effort? Has it been a systematically, scientifically devised effort, planned effort, strategy? I don't think so. I'm sorry. You haven't scientifically and systematically devised your strategy. Exam படிக்கிறது, for example, நீங்க exam தான் மீன் பண்ணிருந்தீங்கன்னா, you failed miserably ன்னு சொல்றது. If you meant by failure, you failed in an exam. Actually, you may not have scientifically and systematically formed your strategies. You want to prepare for your civil service examinations? You want to prepare for any competitive language examinations like TOEFL or IELTS or GRE or GMAT or CAT or whatever exams? There is a set of scientific strategies, systematic strategies. Follow those strategies. Very simple. For everything, there is a rule. If you want to speak English, there is a rule, right? That's what they call grammar, a set of rules. Follow those rules nicely. But initially, don't follow the rules. When it comes to English speaking, don't follow the rules. Just like that, whatever that comes to your mind, just spill it out. Spill it out, spill it out. Then, later on, as you proceed further and further and further, gradually you become fluent. Okay, like that. Likewise, please understand your failure should be celebrated first. Then, you should come out of a failure and then evaluate it, draw a roadmap, and then you would definitely be successful. I wish you all the best. I am there with you. Don't worry.
அடுத்தபடியாக யுகேஷ் என்னும் மாணவன் மிகவும் அழகாக தமிழ்ல கேட்டிருக்கார். நீங்க பெண்களை இவ்வளவு மதிப்பதற்கு என்ன காரணம்?
எல்லாருமே மதிக்கணும். அதுக்கு என்ன காரணம் வேண்டியிருக்கு? நீங்க ஏன் ட்ரெஸ் பண்ணிருக்கீங்கன்னு கேட்குற மாதிரி இருக்கு. எதுக்காக ட்ரெஸ் பண்றீங்க அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி இருக்கு எனக்கு. ஆஸ் பேசிக் ஆஸ் தட். ஏன் தண்ணி குடிச்சிங்க? தண்ணி சாப்பிட்டீங்கன்னா ஆல்கஹால்ல வாட்டர். ஏன் இன்னைக்கு தண்ணி குடிச்சிங்க? ஏன் இன்னைக்கு 10 கிளாஸஸ் தண்ணி குடிச்சிங்க? ஏன் இன்னைக்கு சாப்பிட்டீங்க? ஏன் இன்னைக்கு ப்ரஷ் பண்ணீங்க? ஏன் இன்னைக்கு 2 முறை ப்ரஷ் பண்றீங்க, 3 முறை ப்ரஷ் பண்றீங்க? அதெல்லாம் சொல்ற மாதிரி இருக்கு எனக்கு. That's how we should. And they should also respect the male gender. It's mutual, right? We should respect. ஏன் அது கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா சொல்ல வேண்டியிருக்குன்னா, because they have been subjugated for more than 5,000 years as subservient sex. தமிழில் கேட்டிருக்கிறார் அல்லவா? இந்த பெண்ணினம் என்பது 5000 ஆண்டுகளாக அழுத்தப்பட்டு, அமுக்கப்பட்டு, ஆதிக்கம் செலுத்தப்பட்ட வந்த இனமாக இருக்கும் காரணத்தினால் அவர்களுக்கு தன்னம்பிக்கையை ஊட்ட வேண்டிய கட்டாயம் ஆண்களை விட சற்று அதிகமாக இருப்பதாக நான் உணர்கிறேன். அதனால்தான் நான் பெண்களுக்கு தன் வல்லமையை குறித்து அதிகமாக பேசுகிறேன். பெண்கள் வல்லமை பெற்றால் ஒரு குடும்பமே வல்லமை பெறும், அந்த சமுதாயமே வல்லமை பெறும் என்பதுதான் யதார்த்தம். அதுதான் உண்மையும் கூட. என்னுடைய தாயால் வளர்க்கப்பட்ட மகன் நான். அதாவது தந்தையினுடைய பெரும்பாலும் ஆதரவு இல்லாமல் ஒரு போராளி என்ற முறையில் பள்ளிக்கு கூட சென்று படிக்காமல், வேறு யாரையும் திருமணம் செய்து கொள்ளாமல், வேறு யாரிடமும் சென்று என்னை உதாசீனம் செய்துவிட்டு அனாதை இல்லத்திலோ எங்கேயோ விட்டு சென்று விடாமல் போராடி என்னை வளர்த்தார்கள் அல்லவா? அந்த பெண்ணினுடைய அந்த முயற்சி, அந்த போராட்டம், அவற்றையெல்லாம் நாம் ஒருவேளை 10 ஆண்டுகள் தொடர்ந்து ஒரு நாவலாக எழுதினால் கூட, ஒரு புதினமாக எழுதினால் கூட போதாது என்றுதான் நான் சொல்வேன். அந்த போராட்டத்தை எந்த இதிகாசமும் நிரப்பிவிட முடியாது. அப்படிப்பட்ட போராட்டம் அந்த பெண்மணிக்கு. நிறைய பெரிய மனிதர்கள் எல்லாம் வீட்டிற்கு வரும்பொழுது, உங்களுடைய அம்மாவைத்தான் நான் பார்க்க வந்திருக்கிறோமே தவிர உங்களை பார்க்கவில்லை, நீங்கள் சென்று விடுங்கள் என்று சொல்வார்கள். ஆக நான் ஒரு தாயால் வளர்க்கப்பட்டவன். அது மட்டுமல்லாமல் இந்த மனித இனத்தின் வரலாற்றை படித்தவன். ஹவு தி ஹோமோசேப்பியன், அந்த இனம் எப்படி வந்திருக்கிறோம் நாம், என்றெல்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியும். பெண்ணிலிருந்து தான் நாம் வந்திருக்கிறோம். நிறைய கதைகள் சொல்வது போல முதலாக ஆணாக படைக்கப்பட்டு அது அப்படி இல்லை. அறிவியல் சொல்வது அப்படி இல்லை. ஒரு இரு இனமாக ஒரு ஆம்பிபியன் என்ற முறையில் எல்லாம் இருந்து அதன் பிறகு பெண்ணிலிருந்து பரிணமித்து ஆணாக வந்திருக்கிறோம். அதனுடைய அடையாளம் நமக்கு இருக்கக்கூடிய அந்த மார்பகங்கள் எல்லாம் இன்னும் அப்படித்தான் இருக்கின்றது. ஆண்களுக்கு சொல்கிறேன். எனவே ஐ திங்க் we are the half. We are in the process of evolution. பரிணாமம். எனவே we should respect. இப்போ எனக்கு ஏன் இவ்வளவு மரியாதை எல்லாரும் கொடுக்குறாங்க தெரியுமா? ஐயோ, இந்த மனிதர் இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்டு வந்திருக்காரு, பார்க்க முடியாது, எவ்வளோ பெரிய ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம், எவ்வளவு பெரிய சேலஞ்ச், அந்த சவாலை மீறி சாதித்திருக்கிறார், படித்திருக்கிறார், இத்தனை அளவிற்கு வாழ்க்கையை புரிந்து வைத்திருக்கிறார், மற்றவர்களை ஃபாலோவர்ஸாக ஃபேன்ஸ் என்ற முறையில் மாற்றியிருக்கிறார் என்றால் எவ்வளவு பெரிய பாராட்டுகள் அதற்கு கொடுக்க வேண்டும் என்று நினைக்கிறீர்கள் அல்லவா? அது போலதான் பெண்களை காலம் காலமாக அழுத்தி வைத்திருக்கிறோம். நீங்க யாராவது ஒரு சில லேடிஸ் முன்னுக்கு வந்துட்டாங்கன்னு உடனே சொல்லக்கூடாது. இங்க கூட தான் நம்ம ஃபேக்கல்டி மெம்பர்ஸ் இருக்கிறாங்க, அந்த பிரியா இருக்கிறாங்க. there is a wonderful faculty member who's been taking care of the coordination of the technical AVs and so on. அவங்களும் செய்யறாங்க. என்னுடைய தோழி ஜெயலட்சுமி இருக்கிறாங்க, டாக்டர் ஜெயலட்சுமி இங்கிலீஷ் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல இருக்கிறாங்க. நிறைய பேர் இருக்கிறாங்க ஃபீமேல் ஃபேக்கல்டி மெம்பர்ஸ். பட் இது போதுமா? பத்தாது. இன்னமும் நம்முடைய எம்எல்ஏஸ் எத்தனை பேர், எம்பிஸ் எத்தனை பேர், எவ்வளவு சிவில் சர்வீஸ்ல இருக்கிறாங்க, எவ்வளவு ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ்ல பெர்சன்டேஜ் இருக்கு, எத்தனை விதங்கள்ல சமுதாயத்துல இன்னும் வெளியே வராம பெண்கள் இருக்கிறாங்க. இந்த ரெண்டையும் பாருங்களேன், இன்னும் அதிகமா இதுதான் இருக்கிறாங்க. இவ்வளவு வளர்ந்து நம்ம வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் விமன் சயின்டிஸ்ட் எத்தனை பேர் இருக்கிறாங்க? யாராவது சயின்டிஸ்ட் பேர் சொல்லுங்க. ஆல்பர்ட் ஐன்ஸ்டைன், தாமஸ் ஆல்வா எடிசன், ஐசக் நியூட்டன், இதுதான் சொல்வீங்க. விமன் சயின்டிஸ்ட் சொல்ல வேண்டாமா? சைக்காலஜிஸ்ட், சைக்காட்ரிஸ்ட், எத்தனை பேர் வர வேண்டி இருக்கு. நாமெல்லாம் சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாதானே முகேஷ், நாமெல்லாம் சொன்னாதானே, சத்தம் போட்டு சொல்லணும், கூவி கூவி சொல்லணும். Hey, come on, women, come up, wake up. Don't worry about some of these idiotic men. They'll keep talking nonsense. Don't worry. You come out. அப்படிதானே சொல்லணும். அதைத்தான் நான் சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறேன், செய்து கொண்டிருக்கிறேன். உண்மையிலே நம்புகிறேன். அதற்கு ஒரு சிறிய அடையாளத்தை சொல்லி இந்த பதிலை நான் நிறைவு செய்கிறேன். என்னுடைய மகன் ஆர்வன் வெற்றி இளங்கோவிற்கு அவருடைய தாயினுடைய இனிஷியலை தான் கொடுத்திருக்கிறேன், முதல் எழுத்தை தான் கொடுத்திருக்கிறேன். எஸ் ஆர்வன் வெற்றி இளங்கோ என்றுதான் அவருடைய பர்த் சர்டிபிகேட், பிறப்பு சான்றிதழில் எஸ் ஆர்வன் வெற்றி இளங்கோ. என்னுடைய பேர் இறுதியாக வருகிறது, ஏனென்றால் அது ஒரு ஃபேமிலி நேமாக ஆக வேண்டும் என்று நான் நினைத்தேன். அதனால்தான் இனிமேல் யார் வந்தாலும் இந்த கிளையிலிருந்து போகக்கூடிய யாருக்கும் இளங்கோ என்பது இறுதி பெயராக இருக்க வேண்டும், நிறைவு பெயராக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று. அப்போ எஸ் ஆர்வன் வெற்றி இளங்கோ, எஸ் ஃபார் ஸ்ரீலதா. நான் நம்புகிறேன், அதைத்தான் செய்கிறேன், அதையே சொல்கிறேன். தவறா? நன்றி.
Sir, Manasa asks, how to recognize opportunities?
There's a huge difference between a positive and a negative person. A positive person always looks at an event as a great opportunity. Even a positive person looks at a so-called disadvantage, a problem, as a challenge. He or she converts that challenge into an opportunity. Whereas a negative pessimist, a negative thinker, does the opposite. She or he looks at an advantage, an opportunity, as a problem, as a nuisance, and the opportunity slips away. Ooh, it goes down. So please keep yourself filled with a lot of optimism. Whatever that happens, pandemics or whatever that happens, whatever discouragements that happen, please ensure that you fill yourself with abundant optimism. I'm called an incurable optimist. So be you. Thank you.
Sir, the next person.
Oh, just a second, his name.
No, Anand Akash again.
Okay.
How to face our parents with a failed mark sheet?
I like that word. How to face. You said that. You have to face the problem. There are 3 F's in psychology people talk about. When you have any problems of this kind, you have to either fear the problem. You have to flight from the problem. That is, go away from the problem. Get away from the problem. And the third one is face the problem. The third F is very important. It's a stage by stage. Modala bayapaduveenga. You get afraid, you get frightened, then you start getting away from the problem for some time. You postpone, delay. Ivaru solvarla Hamlet, to be or not to be, and that is a dilettantish, delaying, procrastination. That keeps happening all the time. And then comes facing. Hey, சும்மா உங்களை போட்டு யாராவது திட்டிக்கிட்டே சொல்லிட்டே இருந்தாங்கன்னா ஒரு கட்டத்துல நிமிந்திர மாட்டீங்க. என்னடா என்ன வேணும், What is that you want? Tell me. You want to hit me? Hit me. That is what happens. So face the problem. I think, first of all, you are a very great human being. Believe in that. These marks don't determine your life. These marks don't judge your character. நம்ம பேரண்ட்ஸ்ட இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணும்போது என்னுடைய பையன் ரொம்ப நல்ல பையன், இரக்கமா இருக்கான், எல்லாருக்கும் ஹெல்ப் பண்றான், என் பொண்ணு வந்து எத்தனை பேருக்கு ஹெல்ப் பண்றா, ரொம்ப நல்ல ஷேரிங் ஹேபிட் என் பொண்ணுக்கு இருக்கு, அப்படி இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்றதை விட்டுட்டு என் பொண்ணு ஏர்டெல் சிங்கர்ல பாடுறா, என் பையன் 100க்கு 100 மார்க், 100க்கு 110 மார்க் வாங்கியிருக்கான், 110 out of 100. That's how parents introduce. I think there is an attitude shift that's needed from the parents as well, that the children must be introduced for their character and for their behavior also as outstanding sons or daughters. So make sure that you don't get afraid. First of all, you be clear. If they say something out of ignorance, you idiot, is this how you show the mark sheet? Is this how you've just scored? Are these marks? Do you know how much I've scored? I think secretly, if you take his mark sheet and see that, probably it was scored lesser marks, in fact. Okay, that's a different issue. So you don't worry about that. First, face it, have a self-talk, and then face it. Thank you.
Well, one last question, Ayai. How to manage the peer pressure that always pulls you down? This is from Nikita. And I would like to add another question to the same question from Komal. Sir, do you feel bad or taste grace or think about revenge when you get disrespected or intentionally annoyed by your means? I think both are interconnected.
I love Nikita and Komal for their questions. And these are all needed questions to improve on one's psychology. Number one, I think when somebody disrespects me, when somebody hurts me, I don't really take revenge in the physical sense of the word, but I take revenge in a different way. I take revenge by proving them wrong in whatever that they discouraged me. Actually, I do that act and excel in that act. For example, if somebody told me that I was a bad singer, I would ensure that I trained myself in singing and I would become a great singer, established, a professionally trained singer, and get appreciated by people like S.P. Balasubramaniam or A.R. Rahman or Ilayaraja or whoever. These are the film guys, but even classical musicians like Sanjay Subramaniam or Soumya or Sudha Raghunathan or whoever, when they appreciate, what happens is the others who discouraged me, they go unnoticed. வாழ்ந்து காட்டுவது மட்டும்தான் பழி வாங்குவது நண்பர்களே, தோழிகளே. You have to live life, and that's the best form of taking revenge. First of all, you should be aware of that. And I have done that so many times in my life. And nowadays, I don't get that opportunity because everybody appreciates me these days. For the last almost 1 decade or so, I've only been getting appreciations, and no depreciation. Okay, so before those 10 years, I used to be severely condemned for everything that I would attempt, and I would always feel that I was a loner. நான் மட்டும் தனியாக இருப்பதாக உணர்வேன். Then I would start really becoming...
Especially the experience you had in the college.
You want me to recollect that?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Very briefly, I wanted to become very fluent in the English language because I studied in Tamil medium institution all the time during my school days, and I wanted to become very fluent in English language. The best way to become fluent in the English language is to speak that language every time, and I wanted to display that. I was in the Loyola hostel at that point in time during 1990, and I started speaking in English all the time wherever I went, even to the mess, that is the eating place. And this did not go well with some senior students, and they wanted to rag me one day. At about 2:30 p.m., I still remember that day. They just dragged me to the tennis court to be ragged, and 45 minutes of verbal torture, complete insult, intimidation, humiliation, and whatnot. Everything else happened continuously. And at the end of this particular verbal intrigue, I think a person asked a very thunderbolt question. He asked, forget about your English. I'm just quoting him. Forget about your English. Forget about your snobbery attitude. I mean, he said that. I was not snobbish. But forget about all that. You don't have something which we have. You can't see the world. You can't see the mountains. You can't see the seas. You can't see the skies. You can't see your mother's face. In fact, you have not seen your own face, for that matter. So life is going to be a lot more difficult and challenging. Why don't you think of killing yourself? It's a good idea I'm proposing. Why don't you take it up very seriously, so that you'll end up that misery right now. Become more intelligent and end up your misery. He suggested very nicely. And I was really shattered. I was broken into pieces. I was torn apart completely. But I collected myself after a while. I wanted to shake hands with that person. I shook hands with that person. And I said, I did feel a sense of oscillations before. I wanted to know why I was the only person made like this or born like this. I'm a born visually challenged person. So why even as a baby, I was born like this? Because my father and mother are closely related. My father was my mother's maternal uncle. It's a high risk marriage. So if you guys have any proposal to marry your own cousins or something, please do think twice. And no, it's too early to talk about marriage anyway, but still nothing wrong in knowing that right now. Nothing wrong in becoming aware of it right now, right? So even if you come across somebody doing that, please discourage them. And if that marriage is unavoidable, completely unavoidable because of maybe intimate love or something, make sure that they go through the chromosome test, so with which they can understand that children born out of the marriage would be disabled, like me, for example, either physically or mentally or maybe IQ wise or immunity wise, they'd be challenged. Then they could decide not to have children through the marriage. They could adopt children. Anyway, so what I'm saying is all that was done. So I said, I did feel a sense of uncertainty. I wanted to end my life. But now, today, from this day, let me assure you that I would not die of an artificial death. I would die only of natural death, primarily because of this particular episode opening my eyes very nicely. And I have a very strong reason for that. When people like you, I pointed at him, not you, when people like you could exist, why can't I live? I asked as a first year Loyola College, second semester studying boy. When I could ask that, that was a life defining moment. Today is a life defining moment for all of you. A life defining moment for all of you. You have to define your vision. I defined my vision then because I became the talk of the entire college because of the particular retort, repartee, or reply. I became very well known in the college. And even the person who asked that question shook hands with me. He is now my Facebook friend. He is in Australia. He is doing well. And he recollects that episode with a lot of guilt and apology. I return his apology with a lot of thanks, with a lot of gratitude. Because had he not spoken those words, I wouldn't have discovered my own self-confidence, my own tenacity, my own resilience, and my own fighting spirit. So thanks to that one, I keep loving him all the time. I telling him, I love you, my dear Dash. I didn't want to say the name right now. So I love you, Dash. I keep telling him his name all the time, you know? So that's it. If that could happen to me, it could happen to you as well. It can happen to you now. But remember, your life is more important. You are made for greater purposes. You're born for greater purposes. Invent your purpose today. You invent your purpose. If you invent your purpose today, I'm sure the purpose will drive you. The purpose will drive you. Your passion will drive you. Thank you very much. I love you, those two girls, for this wonderful question. Thank you.
That was wonderful. That was awesome.